If you stutter when you speak, I just want to say that you're not alone. There are thousands, if not millions of people who stutter when they speak. I myself stutter when I speak. I stutter around my friends, my family, in public, even on camera. And I know it can be embarrassing being in public and then you're stuttering, or you're going to order something in a restaurant and you're stuttering, or you're speaking in public and you're stuttering, or in front of a class giving a presentation and you're stuttering. And I just want to say that learn to own your stutter. Learn to own it. Because they are going to have some times where you're going to stutter a lot. But it's up to you to decide whether or not you are going to be confident in how you speak and what you say, in the idea that you have. Don't let your stutter limit your ability to speak and express yourself, express your emotions, express how you feel. No, this is an issue I picked up, I would say, in my early teenage years, coming into my 20s. As a child, I never went through that issue, but then it came along in like in the beginning of high school, coming to this day, and I stutter. I would say that it was affecting me socially because I was lacking the confidence, to go and speak to other people or to give my ideas or to give my points. But then I realized that if I continue to let my stutter own me and rule my life, then I will not be able to express myself or express my views. So I would say that you have to be confident. You have to gain confidence in yourself and your ability. And yes, you might stutter when you speak. Yes, you might make a mistake with a word or syllable, but don't let that define who you are. Don't let that limit the ideas and the thoughts that you have to say. No, I can sit here and say that I stutter when I speak, right? And I still decided to go into a public speaking program. I was like, at first, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to join that program because I stutter when I speak and I'm afraid of the crowd. Or, I was like, give myself excuses not to do that program. But then I was like, I am no longer going to limit myself, because if I continue to do that, how am I going to grow? So I went into that program and, I was still a little shaky. I was lacking confidence and I was like, yeah, I didn't know exactly how I was going to get through it. But then I said, you know what? It's time to get real. It's time to wake up and not let that thing control me anymore. So I went into that program and, I decided, you know what? I'm going to be confident. You know what they say, fake it till you make it. But then I didn't want to say I was faking it, but then I was really trying my best to have confidence in myself and my ideas. And I would say that that program helped me learn how to not just speak in public, but also have confidence in myself, and that you are going to make mistakes at times when you speak. Because they taught us how to speak on point. Right now, I have no script. Right now, I'm just speaking how I feel, expressing myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to practice public speaking. So I decided, you know what? No more. I'm going to shy away from answering questions in classes. No more. I'm going to not raise my hand and be like, I know the answer. No. And no more would I shy away from giving presentations. And I realized that when I had confidence in myself, even though I made a mistake and I stutter, I would get my idea, my point through. Now, after doing that program, like for a few weeks, I could speak in public now. I was able to speak in public. And yes, at times, there'll be a little, I'll be a little anxious, at times, like, what, should I do that? Should I not? But then I'll be like, yes, you can do that. Yes, you know how to speak. So go ahead and speak, give your ideas. Yes, you might stutter, but go ahead, give your ideas. So I'm not sitting here at a place, I'm not knowing how you feel. Even now, I might say some words, I might stutter, and I have to say it over again. But then I was like, you know what? let's do this. Let's get over this. Now I can share the advice that I have right now. And the main advice that I have right now is that if you stutter, that's what worked for me. What worked for me is that I slowed down when I knew I had to slow down, and I sped up when I know I had to speed up. So if there are words that I know that will give me issue or give me problems when I'm speaking, that I will slow down and express myself in that way. Apologies for the background, the dog barking. But I just want to say that if you stutter, know what words or be aware of the words that you might stutter in. For me, there are certain words I would say, like with S's, I will stutter on a random words at times, and that's okay. Now imagine being in front of the church. I right now, it's hard to say. So I would say that I wasn't able to go up in front of a crowd and speak publicly. But then I learned how to do that. I practiced doing that. So my advice to you is practice speaking in front of the mirror. Practice speaking in front of your camera. Practice speaking in front of your friends. Slow down, take a breath. Let the words that you want to say come out clear. Now that might be easier said than done. I know that. But with practice comes trial, failure. You learn, and you get better. And over time, I realized that all I had to do was slow down, let my thoughts gather, and speak confidently. Now, like I said, all situations all situations doesn't require you to speak slow. Some situations you have to speak and express yourself, in a rapid way, but in a I would say exuberant way. And you might have to speak a little faster. But be confident in a situation. Don't shy away from a situation. Be confident in a situation. I remember speaking on stage for the first time in school, and I was afraid. I couldn't watch a crowd. I was like reading the book, and I was like, just reading, not watching the crowd. I was like, and I was counting my words because I was afraid to stutter. And then I was shy, and I was like, there's reading like, and but that moment there, I would say, was a canon moment, because it really humbled me. Because in front of my friends, I'll be like joking and laughing, but then I got in front of the crowd and I was like, wow, so many people watching me and they're listening to me. But over the years, I gained confidence in myself. I gained confidence in my ability to speak. And even when I stutter around people, I slow down, I say the words that I want to say, and I let them know how I feel. I express myself. And if you feel like your stuttering is so bad that you don't want to speak in public, I just want to let you know, don't give up. Don't let your stutter bring you down and lack confidence in yourself. You can get over that. For me, if I am going to speak publicly, I would say a prayer, and I'll ask God to help me get through speaking in public. Like help me be less anxious. Help me be less afraid of what people are going to think about me. So I would say that when I'm speaking publicly, I ask God to just give me a peace of mind to be able to speak and let my thoughts and my words come through. So that is something that helped me as well. So just a reminder, slow down, Don't slow down when you speak. If you have to practice counting your words, practice counting your words, and then get better each time. Pronounce each letter, pronounce each syllable, and then get through it. Get through it. So the first tip I would say is slow down. Slow down and speak clearly. Practice. Practice in front of the mirror, practice in front of your friends, practice wherever you can. Third tip, I would say be confident. Even when you lack confidence, be confident in yourself. Be confident. And I would say that the last tip that I have for you is that it just came to mind, but it went. The last tip that I have for you is that be patient with yourself. Be patient. You have to be patient with yourself, because even with me, at times when I record my videos, that I stutter so many times and the video is like 30 minutes long. I have to cut it down to like 10 minutes because I am stuttering during during some scenes and I have to cut it out. So be patient with yourself. I get frustrated with my own self at times, being like, why can't I say that word? Why? But it's okay. So 4 tips. Be confident in yourself. Have patience. Slow down when you speak. What's the other one again? I forgot. I just run it back again. I'm trying to remember all my thoughts. But yeah. So practice, get better, and go forth, speak your mind, share your thoughts. So when you go in front of your classroom and give a presentation, that you don't be afraid. When you're at church and you have to go to the stage and speak, don't be afraid. When you're in a group setting and you have to share your ideas, don't be afraid. And just keep on being patient with yourself. Keep on practicing how to speak, because that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Practice, patience, confidence. Practice, patience, confidence. That's what I do. I practice. I have patience with myself, but I also have confidence. Because if I don't have confidence, then I know that I'm going to stutter. I used to shy away from speaking to people. Like, I would avoid actually speaking to people. I like walk away from people. Like, just not just not to be embarrassed. I just walk away, and that will limit you. That will limit you. So, my people, my stuttering people, just know that you're not alone. Just know that you can overcome it. And even if you don't overcome it, own it. Own your stutter. Because at times I stutter in public and I'll be like, I stutter. But pick up yourself right after you stutter and just continue speaking that thought. Let that thought come, let that idea, let that thought and idea come out and express it how you want to express it. It doesn't matter if that stutter tries to mess it up and be like, say that word, speak how you want to speak, express yourself. Do not be afraid. That's all I got for you. That's all I have. I am even surprised that I am not going to cut off the parts where I stutter in this video, just to let you see that at times I stutter. No, I am surprised it wasn't that much at times, but there are some days where I just stutter, and I'm like, But you know what? I'm going to keep the parts where I stutter, the in-between spaces, and I want you to see for yourself that I'm not going to let this stop me. That I'm going to own this stutter, and if not own it, I'm going to make it. How can I say that? This stutter does not own me and own how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to own it. I'm going to root it. And if I have to stop it, I have to stop it. Yeah. So God bless. Have a good one. Yeah. You overcome that stutter.